Today is the big one. We turned David's little baby cut of 245 into a draw at 270.
He works miracles.
It's the big one. We're back for part 3. We've got Sky's very own David Jones, fresh off the back of the BMW PGA Pro-Am. What an experience that looked.
It's amazing. Wow. I mean, I played in it last year and I thought this is a once in a lifetime. So I was really surprised to get another call up, but it was even better, I felt, the second time, because I'd sort of already conquered the nerves of the first year. I knew what to expect. And then it was really just about, you play on those days just to get that ripple of applause, whether it comes from a chip or a drive or a putt. It's just fantastic. It's the closest thing you get to feeling like an actual golfer for a day.
We're so lucky as golfers to be able to put, I mean, you can't go and play at Old Trafford, can you? And have a kick around in a match,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To be up and close and personal. Did you give it the old wave on a couple of hold putts or chips?
Very much so.
Do go check out David Jones on TikTok and Instagram. Loads of great content on there. The experiences that you're having put upon you. So how's the golf been since our last interaction?
How long was it?
It has been just over a month.
Yeah. I think that I've lost my way a little bit, in truth. I think I've probably just forgotten some of those fundamentals. And then, I felt like I've just lost my way with all the clubs. And I think we'll get that back quite quickly just by drilling down, those basics that we talked about over the first couple of lessons. And I'm excited to see what you can do with the driver, because the driver at the minute is close to going to the tip. So see if you can save it from going to the tip.
So stay tuned, because we are going to really spend a lot of time on the driver today, and I know a lot of people on the channel have really been excited for working with your driver, because we've talked about it in the first 2 sessions, but today is the day we're going to really get stuck into that driver, which is going to be exciting. So take the stage, David. Get yourself loosened up. What club have you got there?
I've got a 7-iron.
Perfect. Busy time for you now with the football, obviously. How are you managing to combine that with your golf?
It's always that little quandary at the start of the season, is trying to find that balance between work and play. That I still maintain that I will play as much golf as I possibly can, because there is nothing else that takes me away from football in the same way. I'll just fill my head with swing thoughts rather than football statistics and and all that information. I seem to be able to retain football information better than anything. Like, I will forget people's names left, right and centre, forget where my car keys are, but I can remember what Anton Stack did for Leeds United last week and how many times he put the ball in from that side of the box, and whatever, so all useless information. So I've just felt like I've got a little bit too far over, but I don't know.
Too far over towards.
I would say at the minute I've got like 60 to 70% weight on here.
Okay. There's nothing quite like the adrenaline of live TV. Do you find that? Do you like?
I would say the adrenaline of the BMW PGA
was more.
Tenfold.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to explain it to somebody. Like, every shot, because it never stops the whole way around because the crowd's there. And I'm playing with Tyrrell Hatton, so you've got that constant, he'll stand there while I'm hitting a shot. So it's not a judgment, because he's a nice bloke and he's not really going to have anything to say about my golf unless I ask him. But it's like all this tension in your forearms on the little chip shots, trying to get out of a bunker with a crowd of 300 people behind you, all going, I'm not sure he's going to get out of this bunker.
And did you get a little bit of crowd interaction as well?
Yes, which I love. I love that.
So good.
Good to hit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there's a nice little contrast.
A little bit left, a little bit right. I mean, the right was because of the left, usually.
Yeah, let's see if we can get warm.
Yeah, absolutely. Just loosen yourself up.
And again.
How's the grip feeling?
Yeah, it's starting to feel pretty natural.
Yep, absolutely on point with that. That's really good.
That's my sort of safe go-to, I suppose, now. So this all looks very different to when I first came in.
Yes. And any exciting golf trips coming up?
Yes.
Oh, where are we off to?
Off to Sweden in a couple of weeks.
Nice. Where are you playing there?
Crownwood.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
No. Top 100?
It's going to be going probably into the top 20 in continental Europe.
Ooh, okay.
It's a Henrik Stenson project,
Okay.
and it's a private members club just north of a place called Helsingborg. And I've seen the pictures, it looks absolutely spectacular.
I'll get those up on the screen as you are talking through that, because that'll be... Because you're part of the top 100.
Yeah. This is interesting. So yeah, Crownwood and then Royal Copenhagen, which I'm interested to visit. So that's a 24-hour trip, but we're planning a trip to Dubai in November.
Lovely. Lovely.
To tick off the ones I haven't played there yet.
Which are?
Majlis.
Okay, yeah.
Oh God. Trump.
Yep.
Dubai Creek.
The Majlis is spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll enjoy that.
Right, let's actually hit a proper shot. This is all a bit...
Bit left and a bit right, aren't they?
It's all a bit...
I had a friend of mine that played in the Pram as well. He played with Ludwig Goberg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. He was high as a kite after his round,
Yeah.
and equally as nervous.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide out there.
No, the game is like that, right? Especially if there's certain areas in your game that's a bit weak. You know, maybe it's chipping or putting or driving or anything. It certainly gets exposed. There you go. Just hit two more for me. This is going to be fantastic, and fantastic for the people that follow my channel, because your nuts and bolts at address, you are absolutely on point. But there's a slight minor tweak that we need to make, which will have an impact, and then a bit of backswing work based around the top half of your body rather than the lower half. What you're doing with your lower half is fantastic, but what you're doing with your top half is not quite where we want it to be.
Okay.
So it's going to really help out those that are regulars to my channel. Really good. And what it's also going to do, David, is going to turn you into one of the best drivers of the golf ball known to man. Today is a good day.
I love those statements.
Today is a good day.
You've seen the dross that I've served up here so far. How the hell can you turn me into a golfer? Jeez. What's interesting, actually, I'll turn up to these beautiful golf courses and I'll go on the driving range. Turnberry, case in point.
Sure.
I could not hit a ball on the range. I was only there for 15 minutes. I was like, I just need to hit a strike. I just need to find a strike before I go on the golf course.
Just give me one.
And then I went on the golf course and I was absolutely fine. I don't know.
I mean,
stupid game.
Yeah, I mean, how many times you've warmed up well, this is the day, and then played like a dog, and then warmed up like a dog and played like a hero. It's just, I don't think there's many other games that are quite like that, are there? That can be so polarised, right? It keeps you on your toes.
It must be slightly mental.
Yeah, keeps you on your toes. So, setups in a really, really nice spot here. Grip is absolutely on point. Just going to zoom in on that for all of those at home watching. This this angle down through the lead arm and that kink in the wrist, really, really crucial. Right hand is beautifully on point, palm down, got a lovely V pointing up. It's not really about where the V points, it's more about where the purchase is and the contact point is in the hand. From a down the line perspective, I'm always keen to getting people balanced, so I'm going to put a line up through the middles of your feet, then at the top of the spine and the base of the spine, you can see that we're slightly biased with the top half, so we can see that we're slightly too much on the toes of the feet. Remember, you're playing a game of tug of war through impact with the club. So if you are already starting on the toes of your feet and too top heavy, you're always going to lose out effectively. So we need to get you a little bit more into your heels. Now that change alone will have a huge impact on the pitch your pelvis rotates at, your spine rotates at, and more importantly, it will make your path line more in and in. Because the more you get onto the toes of your feet, what tends to happen is the handle lifts up because we're out of balance, and that invariably makes the path line try and work across the ball.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to do, we've got a slight tweak that we want to make from face on the right hand side, which I'm not going to tell you about. All I'm going to do is just change that posture to start with. That's all we're going to change, because I just want to make you see what that can do for feels firstly, and for some path lines. So I'm just going to pop that up here and change that to feet.
All right, so there, 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 there.
Perfect. Amazing, amazing. Hold it there. 1 second. Hold it there for me, David. Hold it there. Yep, and away you go. Good job.
It's in that bunker again.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, let me just show you what that now looks like face on, because that's really very good. So from face on now, when I draw a line down through lead shoulder, we can now see just how that minor adjustment is with that left shoulder, left hip, all lined up, lead arm. It's only subtle, but it's enough. It's enough with what we're going to change at the top of the backswing, which is going to be, I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited.
Stay tuned, folks.
I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited. So ball still needs to go just a hair further forwards. Perfect stuff. Yeah, that's lovely. Hold it there for me. Really good. Alrighty, away you go. Oh gosh, you are swinging it beautifully. You are swinging it beautifully.
Do you know, I think the difference there was I just completed the turn a bit more. That's how I felt.
And the reason for that, David, is because of that change on the right-hand side. Because when you set your spine towards the target, as you rotate, your spine will want to pitch towards the target. When you start to set your spine back more with the hip forwards, you'll start to pitch your spine away from the target. There is not a golf pro in the world that has a spine that is either vertical or towards the target, because as soon as you make your spine towards the target and then you rotate, look at the path line the golf club works on. I now change my spine the other way and I now unravel. You can see the change, which is why now your path has gone from being 6 across to now 1 degree from the inside. Your angle of attack is now reduced and your face to path value is back to 2. When you've got yourself in a really good grip position, these details are really important. But once you know what the detail is, by these lines that I draw on the screen, which are all logical, all of a sudden it's like your blueprint to how I stand to the golf ball. And then this little blueprint that we're going to talk about on the backswing is just going to be different level, because what you're doing as a movement with your leg action, because obviously I was watching you at the BMW and some of the swings and everything you post on Instagram. I'm always keen to look at what's going on with your leg action, and it's been great. But what's also has been happening with the top of your backswing has just been putting you out of sorts, which makes it a bit tricky with that grip, because that grip is trying to close the face. The way you move is trying to move the path across you, because previously you've had a face open to the path, which how you move as a golfer, how you see the ball through your eyes is about making your path go outside in, because that's what you know. But of course I've given you a grip that makes your face to path value on the right hand side want to point left. So if you swing outside in with the face looking left of your path, it's not going to end well. Have another go. Yeah, that's amazing. Superb. .6, 0 path, 1.5 degrees close to path.
It's better.
That's more like it.
I quite like this this spine thing.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like it takes the weight off the left side as well.
Yeah.
Balances me up. Bit thin.
Alrighty.
Ugh.
Bit thin, but still very straight.
I'm just looking at attack angle now.
Yeah. Fabulous. Great. So, here's what we want to do. So here's set up, absolutely perfect. If you happen to find yourself on the European Tour at the BMW Pro-Am, you would look right at home. And for me, whilst that sounds superficial, if you're loading yourself, you need to prime your body in the same way that every golfer does. So really, really great. Now, the pitch of your spine and your pelvis are huge players on the path of the golf club and the angle of attack that we create. So when we make a backswing, we want to, as much as we can, keep the shape of your spine in the same angle as we started. Now what's happened in your swing is as you've moved back, as subtle as it is, the pelvis has still moved a little bit across, so we can see how it's moved to the right. And what that's doing is making your pelvis lift up with the right hip, because as we move sideways, the right hip lifts. What that will then do is make your spine tip more in this direction. Which then makes you get yourself into back extension rather than forward flexion. And it's these angles that happens particularly with driver that really sacrifices your path line. And if your path line is sacrificed, you're now fighting the face, because if the path line is left and you've got a face coming in closed, you're going to be hitting pull draws. And as soon as you start feeling it go left with draw, golfers will try and hold the face open, because you don't want it going left. You want to fight. And of course, you then get into that run of swinging across it and hold it open. Then you move the ball further, then you move the ball further forward with your driver, and that gets worse and worse. So, what we're going to get you to do is think about how your spine at the top of your backswing is going to have as much forward flexion as possible. So it's really important that the spine feels like it's leaning over your trail foot rather than leaning over your lead foot. And as soon as it leans over your lead foot, that's where you're going to get steep on the way down. So what we're looking for you to feel is that your head is going to move off the ball and the base of your spine is going to move towards the target, which is why that right foot is going to squeeze the Swiss ball as you feel your top half move off the ball. So it will end up looking or feeling like this with your top half and into the Swiss ball with your lower half. It's never going to be as dramatic as it feels, of course, but that will change your path line to probably inside between 2 and 5, which will then make the ball start right and draw back. And then when we do that with driver, you'll be hitting up about 3 and 4, starting it right and drawing it back to the target. Come have a go. Wonderful. Okay. So now make a backswing and stop. So keep rolling the Swiss ball. Perfect. Lovely. And again. So you're going to feel like the center of your spine. There we go. Lovely. Feels aggressive. Good. Back to the start. So it now feels like the base of your spine is moving this way, top of your spine is moving that way. Excellent. Good. Super. And again. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. And again. A couple more of those. So the right foot is keeping the Swiss ball propped up. Yeah, amazing. Great. Good. Now come back on the mat. Yeah, brilliant.
Quite a nice little stretch.
Yeah. Right, so now we're going to just put up a new. So now what I want you to do, set yourself up to the golf ball. Those are the 2 changes of direction of your spine. Backswing and stop for me. Good stuff. Perfect, back to the start. And once more. Squeeze the Swiss ball. Good. Back to the start.
Yeah, squeeze the Swiss ball.
There we go, that's lovely. Great, back to the start. And away you go. Lovely stuff. Well done, David, that's great. So immediately, angle of attack has been reduced. And the path line has gone to 4 degrees inside out. Face the path, still closed. So your angle of attack was only increasing because your spine was trying to point itself towards the target. Good job. Great with the leg action there. Path line 1/2 degree from the inside. Face to angle of attack's reduced again. Back and stop. And again.
Sorry.
That's right.
Oh, I can't quite do that with my hamstrings.
There you go. Good stuff.
Just got toppled a bit.
Good job. Good job. Well done. So this is all about the impact it's having on your path.
Yeah.
Because you've now got a face to path that wants to consistently come back closed due to the grip. Your angle of attack is being reduced because of the pitch of the spine. So at the same point, we're able to see some stronger lines with the right leg relative to the vertical. So you see there's a bigger gap on the right than there is on the left. And the same with the spine. And those two gaps are what we're trying to impact. When you make the bigger gaps that we're seeing on the right, that will make your path line more from the inside. Unequivocally, there is not a tour player in the world that does not have a right hip inside their right foot at the top of the backswing. And there's not a tour player in the world that does not have a spine lent away from the target. As I say, what that will always do is make your path line from the inside. If you've got a face that's close to the path, 4.8, it will always draw back. As soon as it's open, you'll never do it again. So our agenda is feeling that forward flexion of the spine. Your arms simply try to make up the shortfall that your body is doing here, because this is making you rotate more. You can see that we've got more rotation on the right than we have on the left. So your arms always try to make up the shortfall of the lack of movement with our body. So keep pushing this, and then we're going to get onto that driver in a moment.
Because I'm still thinking as well about trying not to do the casting. So I'm still trying to...
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that so much. I wanted to jump in here on the back of David's question about him trying to fix his cast or still think about his cast down through strike. We can see some very good setup principles now. Got the lead arm and club shaft nicely in line with each other. We've got that left hip and that left shoulder nicely in line with each other as well, which is changing the pitch of his pelvis from his right hip being a little high on the left-hand image to the left hip being a little higher on the right-hand image, which sets the spine a little bit more away from the target. So some really nice principles there. And of course, all of you guys out there on my channel will know that the grip now with that kink down that left wrist is absolute top draw and the right hand in perfect place. As we now see David take it up to the top of the backswing on the right-hand side, it's a very different motion to the one of old, where we see that lateral shift across, that right knee absorbing the energy, and he gets very short in his chest rotation at the top compared to on the right-hand side. That right hip is now back inside the foot as opposed to being in line. This is a key move in then enabling David to, when he's at the top, when I draw a line out perpendicular from the center of his chest compared to that on the left-hand side, we can see how the arms are a little bit more in front of his body at the top of the backswing. His question, should I be still thinking about casting down at the bottom? We can now see, compared to where he was, just look at how that leg action is very much slid towards the ball, big drive off of the right foot here. And of course, at that point, his lower half is giving way rather than posting up, which we can see now on the right-hand side. So just pre-impact, just look at how much further that grip has now become of the golf ball. The leg action is really starting to look a whole different level. Some really exciting times ahead. As soon as a golfer has a face-to-path value that's negative, you will immediately reduce your cast. Because the cast is there to help you get the face back to square. Good. So this is going to move to the right, this is going to move to the left. Back and stop. Good. Super. Once more for me. Yeah, lovely. Really good. Really good. And away you go. Nicely done.
Look at left.
Path line 2.4 from the inside, as opposed to the lefts before were down to your path being left.
Yeah.
And the face to path being closed. I want to keep it nice and simple at the moment. I don't want to get too much involved with trying to reduce that, because that's super easy to change. Because what we want to do is we want to make your driver high launch withdraw.
Yes.
That's a nice feeling.
Yes. If you can do that,
we will.
You're a miracle.
Good. Really, really good there. So backswing again and stop. Tuck under the right hip. Get the chest covering the right foot. Perfect. Yeah, that's great, David. Yeah, nice. So after we've just changed that spine angle at the top, can you now see that your path line has gone from, at the start, 6 left, then it reduced a little bit to 4 left,
Yeah.
and then the big change was 2 from the inside.
So what would be the carry on that last one?
That last one, that was the last one. 164, 173 total.
Well, that was the last one.
That's the last one. That was the one before. That was the one before. Slightly misstruck. That was the very first one.
Yeah.
So that last one, and when we look at the efficiency, the optimizer, that was the strike, and those were the numbers. So angle of attack, a hair light, spin loft, ball speed, launch angle, spin rate, and height, all in the window. Hit it 3 yards, as far as TrackMan's concerned, too far. But that's only because the spin rate was just a hair down, that's all. So super efficient with what you're doing there. Hit one more of those, and then let's get that driver out. That's what everyone came to see, David. Nobody's interested in hitting 7 irons. Everybody wants the driver. Beautiful. A far cry from the start.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right.
Right. Stay tuned, folks. This is this is what they'll come. That's a very nice driver.
Mind the windows, Tino.
Sorry?
Mind the windows, Tino. This driver
Yeah.
was fitted for me start of this year
Uh-huh.
on a very cold February morning.
Right.
I'd had a similar journey that I had this morning to
Yeah.
get there. It was very
Riddled with
stiff.
traffic.
Very stiff, and was my swing, I reckon my swing speed was probably around about 90 miles an hour. So I was fitted this driver, and of course when I warm up in the summer, my swing speed goes to about 105 miles an hour, and I'm just not sure that it's ever really
Been the one.
been the one for me.
Well, we can, all being well, talking a big game here, David, we'll get all the data points in the right spot.
Yeah.
And then with the speed that you've got, we can see with the good strike how close it is to being the right club for us. We've got tightless RCT balls, so they're the balls that TrackMan like to be used with. So drivers up there, have a full practice swing for me. So we want to see your top half go even further to the right, because now the ball is further forwards in the stance.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like you're even further behind it at the address. Great, there we go, perfect. Super. Have a full practice swing this time. Good stuff. All right.
Ball position.
I can feel everyone at home watching the suspense and the excitement of this. That's it.
Oh, so like this?
That was the grip that we had with the 7 iron. And you can see that your grip, stay where you are, yep. Is actually behind the head.
Is that a good thing?
Yep, absolutely. Perfect.
So that's my starting
That's
point.
it. And then we're going to bump the ball still a bit further forwards.
And then I just move my hands forward to
Absolutely.
accommodate.
Perfect there. So now make a backswing and stop. Tuck the right hip under, get your chest across. Brilliant. Back to the start. All right. Give it a rip. There she is.
Uh-huh.
There she is. There she is.
Made contact with the ball, folks.
Yeah. Stay tuned, because we're going to turn that into a draw.
Good luck.
All right. Same again for me. Good stuff. Now, backswing and stop for me. Good. Back to the start. Okay. Lovely. Hold it there. Perfect, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So we've now gone low strike.
Yeah.
0, 0, 0, 0. Because of the spine, because of the setup, that's going to give your levers a chance to unload. When you start like this, you start steep, the levers get too far forwards and ends up hitting that first shot.
Yeah.
Right now, this is a patience game, but it only took 2 shots to get it all lined up. Once you start to move in the right manner on the way back, with the way you move, that golf club is going to try and unload and hit a draw. It's how much influence you're going to try and put on that.
Sure.
Now that happens at the start. It could take 4 or 5 shots before you start consistently hitting those draws. But the beauty with this is, think the same as your iron as your driver, get the same result would be just perfect. I'm going to try and not stand in at any time outside of what we've already spoken about. I'm just going to make sure that you're doing the same as what you're doing with your irons. Yeah, so there is a slight tendency that you go a touch weak with your left hand, with your driver. Perfect, that's great. Just going to make sure that that's a touch further forwards. And then we're going to make sure, yeah, good. Perfect, okay, now make a backswing and stop. Yeah, well done. You saved it. Beautiful. You saved it.
It's like my brain's going, working overtime.
So right hip under, chest down. There you go. That's great, David. Okay. And away you go. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Why did you come
Lovely
back?
stuff. Decent strike on that one. So path was straight. Angle of attack was up at 0.6. Face was open to the path at 5.2.
So do you think that was in the grip or the address?
No,
or?
that was just a little bit of tension through strike. You're just going to keep on swinging.
Mm.
Good stuff. Good. Perfect. Yeah, lovely. Great. Hold it there. So, I'm going to put that golf ball over there now and have a go for me. Right. Yeah, don't move the club head up there. I just want you to put it back to where it was. Perfect. Good. Lovely. That was a look of, are you sure?
Are you mad?
Perfect. Alrighty. Away you go. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. And again. Keep doing what you're doing. So, set yourself up to that.
Set myself up to the ball.
Yep, lovely. Perfect. Stay where you are. Put the club head behind the ball for me. Can you see where the face would point?
Mm.
Perfect. Set yourself back up. Now hit, yep, absolutely, and hit it like that for me. Good job. Good job, well done. That's all right, TrackMan should have got it, hopefully. If not, no problem. So by the ball being further forwards, what it gives the golfer a chance to do is unload the lever. Now you could get to the golf ball, set up to that golf ball for me.
Mm-hmm.
I move that golf ball round here, there's two ways of getting to that ball. The first one, which is the correct one, is this way. The second one is that way.
Yeah, okay.
And that's how you strike the golf ball when it's in front of you. We want you to feel like the lever unloads like the second one.
Yeah.
Correct. So the more I would move the ball over here, in effect, the more the club head will feel like it's going to unload, as opposed to what your bias is, that you want to go and pull it there. Now, when you have a spine that's tipped away from the target, it gives you more time to swing it. Now, I'm going to play back we're talking here, how you were trying to move the club through strike in your warm-ups before you made the full practice swing.
Yeah.
You were trying to go up to the top and pull the grip through, which is why you end up with that one that spins out to the right. But that has come from your spine being this way.
Yeah.
As I move your spine back, it will ask you, the golf club will ask you to unload more like this.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you put that shoulder further back of the golf ball, which will allow the lever to unload. That's really important. Because it's exactly the same swing, the driver and the iron, but when we hit an iron, because the ball is earlier in our stance, we can keep pulling and square the blade.
Yeah.
If we do that with a driver, because the ball is so far forwards, we will always leave the blade open. Doesn't matter how strong your grip is, how good your club face is, if you keep pulling the lever because you've started too much this way, you're always going to come back with an open face.
Yeah.
So the more the ball is forwards, the more I then get you into forward flexion with your spine at the top, it now gives the golfer a chance to unload the lever, which is all of a sudden using the set and the unset. You don't use the unset at all, which is why you leave the blade open.
Yeah.
But not only that, you lose a lot of club speed. Super. So, set yourself up to the ball. Perfect, perfect. Lovely, exactly. So you can feel, the more I put the ball around here, the more it's going to be up and looking left. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as soon as I put the ball too far back, set yourself up to a ball. There, perfect. I put the ball there. Can you feel how it would be almost impossible to get it back to straight?
Sure.
But if I put the ball over here, feels a piece of cake, doesn't it? Feels a piece of cake, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. So we're going to set ourselves up in our usual spot. Pop your club to head down there so I get the right distance. Perfect. Lovely. So our intent here is to make this golf ball go left.
Okay.
Yeah?
It's going to go left.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get a new golf ball after this.
Lovely, lovely. All of a sudden, with the ball being that far forwards, it allows you to swing.
Wait a minute.
So the only reason why that bent to the right is because you hit it out the heel. Because the face to path value was negative. Unfortunately, with driver, a heel strike makes the ball bend to the right.
So actually, I've just hit that 275 yards straight. So maybe that's my tactic on the golf course. Put the tee over here somewhere.
Absolutely. There is more to be gained from a ball being aggressively forwards in a stance to allow a lever to unload than a ball too central.
Some interesting numbers.
Yeah.
Club paths and faces and.
Yeah, don't worry about that. That's all going to evolve. Yep. Good. So we'll start as you would do normally. Perfect. Good. Lovely stuff. That's great. Hold it there. tuck the right hip under, spine back, and away you go.
Just something very...
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, well done. Solid strike there. So now you can see we've got the face to path now 2.9 shut. The angle of attack is now up at 5. Remember, and I'll just go and grab the circle here. This is really, really important to appreciate, because the more we hit up on the golf ball, the more that club path is going to be negative. Because if that's your circle, can you see the yellow portion of the swing is where I positioned the ball?
Yes.
So therefore, if I move it a long way forwards in your stance, it will give you up, but it'll also give you a path to the left, which is why the more forwards we put the ball, the more up we will be, the more left we will be with the path. Therefore, you need to aim straight to the right. Because now, can you see that this portion of the path is now straight?
Yeah.
But if you aim straight and hit up on it, look where the path is. So what you just displayed there is absolutely the shot that we want you to hit.
Right.
But we just align that now to the right. Because you've hit up, you've created a negative face to path, which is now drawing the golf ball. If you continue to hit that shot, we'll then have a nice idea of why your golf ball only carried 227 and went 272. So that is the smacks of having too little spin.
So aim it right.
So aim a bit more right. Now, when you think about what a slice is, it's an open club face. It's an open club face with too much loft, which creates too much spin. So if someone's got that, and that's probably what you turned up with on the day with your driving, they would have fit you into a club head that reduces that spin. Now I create a golf swing that has less spin because your face is close to the path. That low spin no longer works with a different set of mechanics, which is why we might see that that spin is too low for you.
Okay.
But we'll see, we'll see. Let's have a little look at that spin rate. So the spin rate on that shot, goodness me, I've gone blind, 1,500, which is about 1,000 too little.
So aim right.
Absolutely. Now put the ball further forwards in your stance. Perfect. Good. Lovely stuff. Good stuff. Super. A little bit low off the face.
Low off the face,
Yeah, a little bit low off the face. But now we've got up at 3.6. Path is from the inside at 5.4. The only reason why it's from the inside at 5.4 is because we changed your alignment.
Yeah.
But that's because we're hitting up at 3.6. We've now got a face to path that's closed, which has now made the ball bend back to the target. That's the shot, that's the swing that your golf swing wants to do every time.
Yeah.
Can you feel the difference through strike of how that club now feels like it's unloading?
Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly right, David. Brilliant. Bit more with the grip. Yeah, good stuff. Excellent. Away you go. Get that right. Brilliant, brilliant. So we're up at 2 degrees. We're from the inside at 5. We've got face to path closed at 3. And it's a baby draw back to the target.
He works miracles. I'm not sure I can stand on a tee and aim at trees if there's a tree-lined fairway on the right-hand side.
And everybody says, I'd love to draw it. You've got to aim right. Because if you're going to draw it, you don't want to be aiming straight because the thing's going to hit the left-hand rough.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to bend it down the left-hand side of the fairway and you did it for 5 holes,
Yeah.
you'd go, okay, come on, Dave. This is the one I'm going to aim down the right. The point is that you need to see that ball bending right to left.
Yeah.
Now, when we look at these, you know, again, that shot you hit there, you've hit it a fraction on the heel side, a fraction, which would give it more spin. But we're still only at 2.6. So it is potentially a driver that's a little light on spin for you. That would just be an amber light. But crikey, the optimizer, you can see you're losing out a little bit of carry and total distance with that swing, with a good strike that has a better spin rate and a slightly better launch angle. You're going to be able to carry it 255 and hit it at 280 on that swing.
Yeah. We're going to hit it a lot further than that when it starts working.
I hope you enjoyed that session. I really love these live lessons, giving you hopefully some insights in how you can fix your own game. This is the magical driver that David hit, and I am so excited about his golf. He is going to be, without question, a very low single-figure golfer, if not scratch and beyond. Loads to come on David's journey. Thank you so much for watching, and that, my friends, is good coaching. Are you tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves? Head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves tried and trusted by elite amateurs and tour players alike. Enter my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out, you won't be disappointed.